Most people will tell you that setbacks are setups for comebacks. But few have ever lived that truth as vividly as Ronaldo Luis Nazário de Lima. We are talking about 8 goals in one World Cup. 2 of them are in the final. A golden boot that silenced every critic, and then the summer of 2002 belonged to him, just 2 years after doctors doubted he would even walk properly again. What played out in Japan and Korea wasn't just a football tournament, it was the greatest comeback the game, and perhaps all of sport, has ever seen. This wasn't a story about sitting out a couple of matches or weathering a brief injury. This was about a ruptured patella tendon, multiple surgeries, years of grueling rehab, and a stadium frozen in horror after witnessing one of the most devastating injuries in football history. And still, through sheer willpower and an unbreakable spirit, Ronaldo rewrote his fate and reminded the world that miracles sometimes wear boots. In the late 1990s, Ronaldo wasn't just the best forward alive. He was the face of the game itself. At Cruzeiro, still a teenager, he scored 5 goals in a single match. It was Bahia in the Copa do Brasil, and fans went crazy. At PSV Eindhoven, he terrorised defenders with speed and skill, racking up over 50 goals before his 20th birthday. Then came Barcelona, where in just 1 season he produced 47 goals. The world remembers that legend. Sir Bobby Robson, his coach, said he had never seen anything like it in his life. From Spain, he went to Inter Milan, where defences were considered impenetrable. Yet Ronaldo sliced through them, guiding Inter to a UEFA Cup title in 1998 and earning the nickname that would follow him forever, Il Fenômeno. He was so feared that defenders like Marcel Desailly and Lilian Thuram admitted they would gather before matches just to figure out ways to stop him. That's how dangerous he was. Il Fenômeno's return is often compared to Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, but the truth is, his story is in a league of its own. Cristiano Ronaldo built his career on consistency and longevity. For nearly 2 decades, he's been a machine. Goals, trophies, and physical perfection that never seems to fade. His setbacks were few, his response always the same: work harder, play longer. Messi's tale is different. His comebacks weren't from injury, but from doubt. Could he win outside Barcelona? Could he deliver for Argentina? Each time, he answered with genius, dribbling past criticism the same way as he dribbled past defenders. But Ronaldo Nazário faced something else entirely. His knees collapsed. Twice. Surgeries, years of rehab, and whispers that he might never walk properly again, let alone play. And yet, he came back. No longer the unstoppable sprinter of the 1990s, but a sharper, wiser striker, deadly in the box. Speaking of legends, these big names have big words for Il Fenômeno. Lionel Messi grew up idolising him. David Beckham once confessed that when he first trained with Ronaldo, he realised he was watching something otherworldly. And Kaká, who played alongside him, said he had never seen another player do the things Ronaldo could do. By 21, he had already won a Ballon d'Or. By 25, he had 2. He was unstoppable, a force of nature moving with the power of a sprinter and the feet of a magician. But fate could be cruel. On November the 21st, 1999, during a league match against Lecce, Ronaldo collapsed, clutching his knee. He tore a tendon and disappeared into rehab. 5 months later, he tried to return, but what happened next is remembered as one of the darkest nights in football. It was April the 12th, 2000, the Coppa Italia final against Lazio. The whole world was watching, hoping to see Il Fenômeno return. After 17 long months away, he was back. The crowd roared as he came on, but within 6 minutes, disaster struck, and the whole stadium was once again holding its breath because of Il Fenômeno. But this time, not for good reasons. Attempting a single feint, his knee buckled, his patella tendon ruptured completely, and it was a nightmare in the making. Nilton Petrone, his physiotherapist, his kneecap exploded, he said. For most players, that would have been the end. And the truth is, the doctors thought so too. The injury was considered almost impossible to recover from. But Ronaldo refused to surrender. He underwent 2 major surgeries with Dr. Gerard Sellot and embarked on a rehabilitation program so brutal it sounded more like torture. 10 hours a day in training facilities, endless repetitions with resistance bands, ice baths that numbed his body. Step by step, he tried to teach his leg to trust itself again. 17 months after that horrific night, he stepped onto a pitch again. In September 2001, he made his return with Inter. By December, he scored his first goal in over 2 years. By March 2002, he was scoring free again, with 4 goals in 4 matches. To take attention off his fitness, he shaved his head into that strange style with just a tuft of hair at the front. Later, he admitted that it was a deliberate move. I did it so people would stop talking about my knee and start talking about my hair. Then came the tournament. The opener against Turkey was tense. Brazil trailed until Ronaldo slid in to score the equaliser in the 50th minute. It was his first World Cup goal in 4 years, and suddenly the belief returned. Against China, he scored again, coolly finishing after a Cafu pass. Versus Costa Rica, he struck twice in the 10th and 62nd minutes. By the end of the group stage, he had 4 goals in 3 matches. In the round of 16 against Belgium, tightly marked and given little space, he still found his moment, breaking free in the dying minutes to score again. Against England, in the quarter-final, he didn't score, but his movement stretched the defence, opening the door for Ronaldinho's unforgettable long-range free kick. And the semi-final against Turkey was tense and cagey. Brazil needed a moment of magic, and Ronaldo delivered, poking the ball past the goalkeeper in the 49th minute. It was clever, quick and decisive, and it set the stage for the final that the world had been waiting for. June 30th, 2002, Yokohama, Japan. Brazil versus Germany. For an hour, Germany's defence held strong. But then, in the 67th minute, Rivaldo unleashed a shot. Oliver Kahn, the tournament's best goalkeeper, spilled it, and Ronaldo was already there, pouncing like a predator. 20 minutes later, Rivaldo cleverly dummied a pass, and Ronaldo finished again, this time placing the ball into the corner. 2 goals, 2 exorcisms, and Brazil had their 5th World Cup. Ronaldo finished with 8 goals, the Golden Boot, and the title of FIFA World Player of the Year. He went on to join Real Madrid's Galacticos, scored his 15th World Cup goal in 2006 to set a record, and retired as one of the most prolific forwards of all time. But was it truly the greatest comeback in sports history? Consider what he overcame. A ruptured patella tendon. Nearly 2 years were lost at the peak of his career. A return not in friendlies or minor matches, but on the biggest stage of them all, the World Cup. Dominated, carrying Brazil to glory with 8 goals and a brace in the final. Even Oliver Kahn, who suffered those 2 goals in the final, admitted later, "Ronaldo destroyed me. He was unstoppable." Rivaldo called it destiny. Cafu called it redemption. And Ronaldo himself summed it up more simply than anyone else ever could. My greatest victory was simply to play again, to run again, to score again. My happiness and my emotion are so great that it's difficult to understand, he said. I've said before that my big victory was to play football again, to run again, and to score goals again. More than anything, it's a victory for the group. The whole team ran and battled and helped each other. No individual conquest can beat what the group achieved. Some players win trophies. Some win hearts. But Ronaldo Nazário gave football its breath back. And in 2002, after staring into the abyss, he rose again to rule the world.